The Kentucky Extension Homemakers Association is a volunteer organization that works to improve the quality of life for families and communities through leadership development, volunteer service, and education in cooperation with the Kentucky Cooperative Extension Service.
Welcome to We Are Grant County, a Toe Talk media production, where we celebrate the people, stories, and spirit of our community. I'm your host, Michelle, and with me is my partner and co-host, Katie.
Today, we're excited to sit down with Dianna and Connie, two members of our local Grant County Homemakers Association, or more officially, members of the Kentucky Extension Homemakers Association, abbreviated KEHA. Since the early 1900s, this volunteer organization has been dedicated to improving the quality of life for families and communities through leadership development, as well as education and service programs. So today we'll learn more about the organization and its community engagement. We'll discuss what homemaker truly means and what the future looks like for Grant County homemakers. So without further ado, let's dive into today's conversation. Well, thank you, ladies, very much for having us. If we can have you guys introduce yourselves, and we can get started.
Okay, I am Dianna Morgan. I've lived in Dry Ridge all my life. I am the new president for the Grant County Homemakers. I just took office in September, so I got 3 years ahead of me to make some things happen, which I hope will.
So three exciting years are coming up.
Exactly.
I'm Connie Cavins. I am Dianna's vice president of the Grant County Homemakers at the county level. There's many levels to the homemakers, so we're at the county level right now. And I just took office with her. It runs in 3-year sessions.
Okay.
How long have each of you been a part of Grant County Extension Homemakers?
Well, I know I've been there 12 to 15. I don't know the exact number, but I know it's at least 12 to 15 years.
Yeah, and I've been here at least 10. And I'm currently the president of our club, Dry Ridge Homemakers.
Okay, so basically there's all the different levels of the organization. Mm-hmm. So currently we're representing Grant County, but there's even a smaller branch of each city or some cities, I guess.
Yeah, each county has their own extension overall. It's a county level. Then you have individual clubs in those counties. And all counties are that way, as far as I know.
Okay, cool.
So we're talking like a number of years that you've been members. What drew you into the extension homemakers? What I guess what was it that brought you in, or what attracted you to it?
Patty Poore was the extension agent at the time when I joined. And as with everything, the members got older and they're looking for younger blood. And she was recruiting for the younger blood, and she caught me. And I joined and I attended, and I just was a regular member for several years before I was talked to and kind of asked to step up and take some leadership roles.
So what would you, so I did a little bit of research and got into like the KEHA, right? The Homemakers Association, and really looked into the manual and the bylaws, and I got really interested. And how would you describe like what the association means, or what is, there's lots of purpose, but a general understanding of like, what does our club do? Like, what are we here for?
I feel like that we're here to serve the community. We do a lot of community activities. We do a lot of volunteer hours in the community. We're always into something, and it's a way for older people, not just older people, but anybody that wants to join, to get out and do stuff in the community and meet different people.
Right. So you all offer different programs and learning education seems to be a big part of what I've seen.
Yeah, somebody will ask you, well, what does Homemakers do?
Right.
And right now we have 4 clubs. We have Dry Ridge Club that meets the second Tuesday of the month. There's the Flat Creek Elliston Club, and they usually meet on a weekend. And in October, they are meeting on the 11th at 5 o'clock here at the Extension office. Tonight is the After Hours Club. That is our newest club. We realized we needed a way to reach those who work during the day to be able to come to stuff at night. And we got 2 great leaders that are trying to organize that club and get it started. So they meet here tonight at 6. And then there's the Lunch and Learn Club. They're also another daytime club. And they're meeting on Thursday the 17th at 11:30 here at the Extension. And then we also have a group that's called the Homemaker Council. And the Homemaker Council can be anybody. You do not have to even be a club. Oh, we have mailbox members.
That's what I was going to say. Michelle, I think first learned about it and then exposed me to it, because originally I was like, well, homemaker, what does that mean? Me as my college educated, modern woman, what does homemaker mean, right? And the more I learned, I was very surprised, and just by that mailing learned so much about you all.
Yeah, you can be a mailbox member and you still get opportunity to be involved in all the same things that any member has access to. Hopefully the mailbox member gets the email or in the mail newsletter that is published once a month that lets you know about things that's going on, and you can call the Extension office and sign up for them.
As a mailbox member, I do get those.
Good, good.
I can attest that does happen. But yeah, so that was when I started learning more about the activities and things that you all have going on. And that's where I signed up for the beginner sewing class and got very interested in that. And, I still need to get back to it. But, that's when I started learning even more. And so just from a simple mailer, I found out about the amount of programs you all have here. There's flyers everywhere. It's hard to keep track of them.
It is. I think you could literally do something every day somewhere that's homemaker related.
Right.
Really.
And I want to say that we do a lot of stuff with Boone County, because Boone County seems to be out of the 8 counties that are, is it 8 or 9? I think it's 8 or 9 in northern Kentucky. Boone County seems to be the central point for a lot of stuff. So we do a lot of lessons and different things with them also.
What other kind of programs? Because I know we've got these clubs, but what are these clubs doing, or what's going on in these clubs?
Well, not as a club, but as a general overall homemakers for Grant County. We do once a month, we're doing a project day. And that is a day that from 9 o'clock in the morning to 9 at night, you can come up here and you can work on anything you want. We usually do like a potluck, and everybody comes and stays and does their own thing, and you can learn new things from other people. It's something new that we started this year, and I feel like it's going really well.
That was one of the things that I saw, and I'm like, all of these projects that are piling up in my craft room, right? And I'm like, I just come to this place, sit down and do it. You've got other people, maybe keep yourself, accountable,
Mm-hmm.
or
Yeah.
if you get stuck and maybe somebody has,
A suggestion?
Yeah. So kind of another way to bring your maybe personal hobby or crafting and make it a community event.
Yeah, and you would be surprised at how many people go around and look at what everybody's doing and say, hey, I want to learn how to do that.
It's almost like live Pinterest, right?
Yeah,
I mean, you've got
Yeah.
all the different activities. Like, I like that.
The big one that I do mostly is the scrapbooking stuff. I love to scrapbook. And I have so much stuff I could get anybody started, you know, but that's the big thing for me.
Like another resource.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's
And-
awesome.
Our next project day is October 30th
Okay.
at 9 a.m. till
See,
9 p.m.
I gotta get my calendar out and just.
Yeah, just call up here to let them know that you're coming. Just bring them something to share food-wise, and you're good to go. You can stay, come as you go as you
Right,
please.
kind of a drop in
Yeah.
work day. Nice.
So that kind of leads us into like a next topic that I wanted to talk about was maybe some projects or initiatives that you're especially proud of. So you've kind of talked about the monthly meetings and things like that, and like the scrapbooking, how it kind of gives you that point. Is there any other project or initiative that we'd like to discuss here? Something that we've not touched on yet?
Well, I would like to discuss our chamber breakfast.
Okay.
The chamber breakfast is one of our biggest fundraisers. We cook the breakfast monthly for the Grand County Chamber at 8 o'clock. It's the third Monday of the month, unless it's a holiday. And they love our biscuits and gravy. That's all I got to say is we got biscuits and gravy.
They are good.
We do
Eggs,
enjoy that
bacon,
breakfast
sausage.
as members of the chamber. We also enjoy that.
But one thing we're lacking with the chamber breakfast is volunteers. We really need some volunteers. If you like to wash dishes, we got a dishwasher with your name on it. It does all the work.
You just gotta load it, huh?
That's right. That's right.
Expert dishwash loaders
Yeah,
needed.
we get here at 6 o'clock in the morning, the cooks, Lorraine and myself. If you're not a early bird and you want to get here at 9 o'clock, we need you at 9 o'clock to clean up. So we really, really could use some new help with the chamber breakfast. So that's our biggest fundraiser. And then the other fundraiser we're doing right now is the sale of the Nothing Bundt cakes.
Oh.
And that just started. So
I'm familiar with that brand of goodie.
I think you just sold one or two. Or
I was like,
Yeah.
let's talk about that.
So yeah, they got a large variety, and of course the special one for this time of year is pumpkin. And these little cakes are $7. We make $2 off of every sale, and we just started October 1st, and it goes until October 23rd, and then you'll get your cake back on November 7th. And we'll have them all here at the extension office if you want to come and get them, or whoever the homemaker was that sold it to you can deliver them to you. But this is another one of our big fundraisers. This fundraiser helps us go to the state meetings. The state meetings are yearly in May, and they can be quite expensive with the registration, the hotel rooms. And so we just want to be able to offer the homemakers that want to go to that a little help of paying along the way. So, and if anybody wants to order bundt cakes, give any of us a call or stop in here at the extension office. They got an order form they'll fill out for you and take your money.
Give us your money. No, I was going to say we can probably. Usually, we like to include links onto the podcast webpage. So so you all have an official website, but you do a lot on Facebook too, don't you?
That would be me.
Okay. Well, we're speaking to the right person.
Yeah. I'm in charge of what's called marketing. And so I have been trying really hard, especially since the new year started. I've been trying really hard to get a lot of advertisement out there. I've been trying to learn how Facebook actually works.
Right.
Share it in the community, in these different groups that's in the community. I've been trying to do that. And I actually make all these flyers. I mean, that's where all the flyers come from, most of them, is I make them. So, it's a job. So,
Yeah.
Especially with so much going on.
Yeah.
I do want to say another thing that we do a lot up here is cooking. Asa, who is our FCS agent, is phenomenal with cooking. And this year when they remodeled this building, they put us in a learning kitchen in the back, teaching kitchen.
Awesome.
So there's actually individual places where people can actually go set up, and then he teaches you right at that station.
Right. And that would be one of the activities that you all I know when I was reading, like education is a huge part of what your service, and they have the cooking classes, and there were some really interesting topics that I saw, like even it was the type of cooking or you farm.
We do cooking wild.
That's
one
what
of
it
them.
was. I remember.
And all
now.
of that is wild game, different
Right.
types like that of it. And then there's one called Cooking Through the Calendar, and that one is there's actually a calendar that they put out, and he cooks once a month whatever's on that calendar, and it will be healthy, nutritious, recipes.
That's awesome.
It's usually the third Wednesday at 1:00 here at the extension.
Yeah. I see Michelle over there. She's like, how do we move to the next? How do I include this? I see her eyes moving. No, nobody else. I can see her ticking. What were you going to say, dear?
You had already mentioned like Boone County, things like that. Do you partner with other community groups or schools or organizations? And you had mentioned you'd mentioned the chamber as well. So I was just curious.
Yeah, the CAC, which is the Community Action Center, we've done stuff with them because they always want volunteers and stuff out in the community too.
Right.
We've done a few things with them.
We work with Patriots Landing.
Yeah,
We
that's
do
another one.
what's called veterans flags. We place the flags out when there's the death and there's going to be a funeral there. And it is the most beautiful scene when you get those flags put up and the wind's blowing and those flags are flying. You just get such a feeling inside you
does.
that you've rewarded.
Some of our listeners may be
agree.
familiar with that because we talked to Joe from Patriots Landing. So, and our group, we're way more involved than I think we ever been, dear. But the Kiwanis group has a week that they do. So different groups. So you're one of the groups in the community that participates in that.
Yeah, I think there's 8 groups right now. So every 8 weeks
Right.
we're on the
It
schedule.
rotates. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And one that hasn't been mentioned yet is the snacks or the lunches that you provide for us volunteers that work the election days.
Oh, yeah.
So thank
Yeah.
you for that.
See, we've been involved with Homemakers even before I knew what Homemakers was.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we fix the lunch. We fix a bag lunch for the poll workers on election day, and so volunteers come up and they make the sandwiches and get the bags organized, and then somebody takes them all to the voting places. And being a election worker myself, I know how appreciated they are to have those peanut butter and pimento cheese sandwiches come in there.
You look forward to it. You're
That's
like,
right.
all right.
Oh, lunch has arrived.
Yeah.
Just a little thing to, brighten the long day.
And then another thing that we haven't touched on yet is, I think, because we had mentioned it in our very first podcast with the farm board, or not farm, but the fair board.
Fair board.
So what is the Homemakers' role with the fair?
Do you want to do?
That's a big one.
That's a big one. I was going to say that's very
I know we
involved.
could go in many different avenues. I just didn't know if we kind of wanted to touch on that or.
I'm trying to.
We are responsible for the displays of the entries
Right.
and who won and getting them set up so that when people come to the fairgrounds, they can come through the buildings and see the quilts, see the crafts, see the vegetables, see the canning products. There is so many different categories you can enter, into the fair. And so the Dills building and the Mitts building is kind of like the responsibility of the Homemakers.
Okay.
And I want to say one other thing about that is when there's one category in the fair, and it's the Homemakers category only. So you have to be a Homemaker member in order to put anything in those. When you win there, it will go to what's called triannual, which is coming up next week, and it's called Cultural Arts, and it will. If you won a blue ribbon in Homemakers, it goes to the next level, which is there. Okay, so that's all the counties, those 9 counties I mentioned a while ago. Then, if you win there, it goes on to state, which is the meeting that she was talking about earlier that we have once a year. So your thing can go all the
Yeah.
way through.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
local touch up, going up higher.
So
Wow.
fingers crossed, one of my photography pieces is in there.
Yeah.
How are we involved with the homemakers? There we go. I think Michelle has helped out with the fair once or twice. Yeah,
A couple times.
But yeah, anyway, that was one of the things, at least with the fair, I knew talking about that with some of our listeners may remember that conversation.
So we've talked about like not everything, because there's many things that you guys
So
do.
many
but
things.
we've kind of touched a little bit on some things that are coming up. But we do have a Grant County Community Market around the corner.
Right. So they've been doing the market since April. It's the second Saturday of the month here at the Extension office. So it's inside. Some vendors set up outside, but mostly inside. And that runs from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And the homemakers do a fundraiser at that with the cooking of hamburgers and hot dogs. And that money, again, is to help go to the state meeting. So this weekend is the one for October. And then we have the big one coming up in November. We call it Shoppers Showcase. And there'll be more people set up than what normally Community Market sets up for. And it's a lot of Christmas.
I was gonna say,
Come and
more the
shop for
holiday
Christmas.
push.
Yes,
Yeah.
it
Is that where you find a lot of the crafting aspects? I was going to say, because besides some of the program education and things, that is really, this group is so creative, and that's one of the places you can really see some of their work or
Right.
things for sale.
And this organization has a lot of talented people.
I mean, if anybody's been through that Dills building during the fair, I mean, you can literally, you walk through and you can see the quilts and all the different artwork and displays. So
Yeah.
that I'm in awe of that as, like, you know, a crafty person myself. I get excited about that kind of thing, as you can probably tell from. But yeah, that's coming up, correct? In November.
That's in November. We're offering a Skills Day on the 18th of this month. And so this is to anyone now. You don't have to be a homemaker, right?
No, you do not.
Okay, and it's $25, and it includes all your materials and the lunch. Starts at 9 a.m., and it's usually over by 3 o'clock. And they've got an assortment listed of what you can choose you want to make or what classes you want to participate in for that day.
Oh, that was also on my reading list. I
Yeah,
mean, go ahead.
I was just going to say the deadline for that to sign up is coming up. It's Friday.
Oh boy, I better write that down.
There's something coming up that's new to me. Connie, you may be familiar with this more than I am. I didn't even know it was scheduled till I saw it today. It's holiday cards with Canva. Canva is a computer program. Connie, you know more about that.
Yeah, I use Canva. Sometimes that's how I design a lot of my flyers.
Right.
You know, it's a digital program online. And I mean, it's an excellent thing to learn if you're into that kind of stuff. Digital graphics is basically what it is. But I went to state, and they have taught it a couple of times at the state level on how to use it. But I didn't know they were having that class. So
Yeah, so it's scheduled for Thursday, November the 13th from 1 to 3. It doesn't indicate that there's any cost. You just need to bring your own laptop. You're going to be making holiday cards
yeah,
that you can
Sounds
send
interesting.
out. Yeah,
And
sounds
just learning the basics of the program while doing that, then you can expand and do
whatever you want.
right.
Yeah,
I know we're not here to promote Canva, but it
Oh,
is a very
goodness.
good application.
yeah.
That's
I use
right.
it on a daily basis.
But just that class is a really awesome tool for those of, you know.
That don't know how
Right,
to do
exactly.
digital stuff. Yeah.
another new class that's coming up that I wasn't aware of. So see, even being president, I don't know things going on
There's
either.
so much.
But this is a busted canvas craft, and it's December 6th, 1 to 3. $10 includes the supplies. It says to bring a picture or use one of ours. It's here at the Extension office, and the deadline to register is December 1st. I can't show you the picture, but if you get access to the newsletter, it should be in the newsletter.
So that's a craft that involves.
Yeah, for Christmas, they've got
Yeah.
to look like a Christmas.
Okay. So just kind of a canvas artwork and, yeah, different activities you could do with that.
Basically, it's 2 pieces of canvas. It's a flat canvas board and a regular canvas on top of it. You put a picture on the back board, and then you cover up the front board, but then you cut it apart, and the
Okay.
picture comes through the
Pops
middle.
out like a 3D art kind of. That's cool. So lots of programs.
So who can, because I know we talked about like volunteers and members and things like that. So who can join Homemakers, and what would be the process to become a member?
Anybody, male or female. We have a lot of men, you wouldn't think, but we have a lot of men in Homemakers. Couples will join, and so their spouses will be involved. It's $10 for a yearly due, and part of that money goes to the Northern Kentucky Homemakers, and then $1 of that money goes to Ovarian Cancer Fund. And
We were talking about that before, and I said we got to stop talking about this because I want this conversation on the pod. You go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
it's okay. Right now is our recruitment. The month of October is recruitment for new members. It's been a goal to have 150 members. I don't even know how many we have. I have no idea how many members. Now, and this includes mailbox members and everything. But
And that's a different cost, correct?
no,
It's 10?
Everybody's 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can get an application online off the Facebook page, or you can stop in the Extension office and pay the dues. Yeah,
Or talk to any homemaker.
yeah.
They
We'll
can
get
get
you
it
set
for you.
up.
Yeah. Because they want you, right?
Right.
The more, the merrier, right?
Right.
So can we just clarify what the web address is?
On the Facebook page, you just go to, you just type in Grant County Homemakers Extension, and it will come up.
Okay. We'll make sure that gets put in the show notes pretty
Right.
clearly too.
Right.
Yeah.
And then that way they should be able to look there to find all your flyers for the upcoming events and stuff like that.
I do want to say that I've had a lot of people this year especially ask me about the different types of membership, whether it be a club or whether it be mailbox or what, how they join.
How they can get
and they
involved.
want to know the difference in these clubs. So that's one of my goals this year is to get a statement from each club saying what they are about, and kind of put that out there so that people will know if they want to join a club, if they want to be a mailbox member. So it's a process because people don't know,
Right.
and every club does something different, and one club might work better for you than another club, so we got to find a way to get that out there
Right.
so that people know what they want to do.
Yeah, because
And you
it seemed there's such an umbrella, right? So like the Homemakers Association is this umbrella, and then there's all these specific things that you can get involved in.
Yeah, and you can be a member and go to different clubs.
True. Right.
You can be a member of 2 clubs, but being a member of a club does have an expectation. You are asked to attend the meetings, as many of them as you possibly can. And then you are asked when it's fair time to put an entry into the fair.
Participation.
Yes.
And to do something within the clubs. Don't just sign up and say, I'm going to be a member, and then come and never do anything. We want active members,
Right.
that's going to get out there and help and come up with new ideas.
Yeah, it sounds like there's lots of different ways to participate, right? So all the different levels, depending on your time and ability, right? Your, whether financial or, parenting responsibilities, So it sounds like it's a little bit of everything. It sounds like you can, everyone.
And we even take time to do things for enjoyment. believe it or not.
Yes.
In September.
It's not all work.
Right. In September, I took a group down to Elizabethtown, and we went to the quilt show that they were having there that their homemakers were sponsoring. In December, we're going to the Derby Dinner Playhouse. So, you need to call and see if it's 30 seats is all we got. So if you're interested in going to that. But we try to do things throughout the year to like give us a outing, give us a time of enjoyment, and being with the other people that we don't normally see. Right. Because a lot of people go on the trips that might not come to the regular meetings or participate.
A lot of the mailbox members come
Yes.
to different things when we do those outings, and then they get to see and talk to other people that are in the clubs.
Right.
So,
Good networking
Right.
for the clubs.
So we talked briefly before where you've just taken over leadership and it's a 3-year deal. So where do you see Homemakers going, or what do you kind of foreshadow or forecast
Looking
looking forward over the next 3 years?
Well, as I said when I was installed into the office, I want it to be fun. I want people to have fun in Homemakers. But in order to have that fun, you got to come.
Right.
So I would really like to see the membership build. I'd like to see people come and participate, give us new ideas. I'll meet people out in the public and stuff they've made or whatever, and I'm like, well, hey, would you like to come and teach that class for us? Try to get them involved in doing stuff. Just new things. Just that's kind of what my goal is, to increase the membership and get some new things going.
That's awesome.
and you mentioned cost of stuff. I will say Homemakers is really good about keeping costs very low.
I
for
mean,
most
membership
things.
for $10, and
Yeah.
that's for an entire year.
But I was talking about like the classes and
Classes
stuff.
too,
Yeah.
yes.
They try to keep that as low as they can. A lot of times the extension office sponsors it and it doesn't cost anything. A lot of these classes are absolutely free. I think people think we charge for all that, but there's a lot of free ones, and there's a lot of education out there if you want to learn.
That was the other thing I stressed. I want to make sure everybody's getting this newsletter, either by email or snail mail, whichever way it is. I want everybody to be able to know. Like, I came in this morning and I said, hey, is the October newsletter not out yet? I didn't get one. I don't know why I didn't get it yet, but it's out. So hopefully everybody's getting it.
Check your inboxes.
Right.
Go to the Grant County Homemakers page off of Facebook. There's a lot of information on that page.
Right. So, I mean, with as many activities as you have, you kind of need that, right? You need that location to get.
So is there a personal story or kind of favorite memory, since you guys have been members for a number of years? Is there anything that kind of stands out that you'd like to share with anybody or share with the audience?
Well, I would like to share about the ovarian cancer screening
I was hoping we'd get back to it.
that they put on. So anybody is eligible as long as they still have those parts. And we have to get on a list at UK, the Marquis Cancer Center. And we go once a year to have the screenings. And in 2017 is when I started going with them for that. And you get tested, and they tell you there whether or not they really you're okay or not, And so 2018 we go back, and they found a little place that they wanted to start watching
For yourself.
for myself.
Right.
Yes. And so I then had to start going extra times
Right.
to keep monitored on the process of the growth. But if it hadn't been for me going through and knowing the Homemakers did this and going and getting tested, I had to end up having surgery. And the doctor told me, she says, I'm pretty sure you're clear. I think everything looks good. And after the surgery, when she called me and she said, Dianna, I'm sorry. You were not clear. But we're pretty sure we got it all. it was cancer.
So when they tested it, yeah.
Yeah. So I am a cancer survivor because of Homemakers, is what I say.
I mean,
That's pretty awesome.
as someone, so when we were talking, I basically shared my own experience with my mother, who passed away from ovarian cancer in 2020, who had basically, as you know, as a strong women's group, right? I mean, anyone can be a homemaker, but the services you provide for women is, I mean, absolutely amazing. When we started talking about that, it just made me think it's one of those cancers if you know what's happening. I was going to say, we can cut for a second.
It's not detected easily.
So with ovarian cancer, it's very hard to detect unless, like you said, those screenings. And it was probably developing in my mother over years and not discovered until all these other things started happening. Yes. So it is a silent killer, is what they say. And, you know, just hearing that survival story is just so heartening, because just how amazing that is. And just knowing, you know, we talk about breast cancer all the time. And of course, you know, that this time of the year, the awareness is a lot more, right? And we all talk about, you know, you see the pink ribbons everywhere, but I've got my little teal ribbon out there for, you know, ovarian. And it's just one of those things we don't necessarily always talk about. And I just, you know, I'm gushing because it's just so obviously so personal to me, but I'm so excited and happy that the education provided by, as soon as I'm like I said, I was getting a little nerdy and I was reading the manual and the different educational opportunities and the service. And I'm just like, I've fallen in love, and you're definitely going to see me around a lot more. And you won me over.
Yeah.
And I'm just so proud, and I'm so happy for you. Just hearing that story just moves me, you know.
And since my experience, there's been one other homemaker that's gone through testing, and everything has come out okay with her.
Oh, that's fascinating.
And I want to, I can't say that word. But anyway, I want to say that you also need to remember this is a free program. It has nothing to do with your health care insurance or anything like that. It is a program that is provided free of charge. So
You just have to get there.
you just have to get there.
And of course, we have to stop and eat lunch. That's the
Yes,
best part.
yeah, that's what I was going to
Hey,
say.
the fun. You got to bring in the fun, too. There
That's
you
right.
go.
And we got a few women that just go for that.
Yeah, they just ride along while everybody gets their tests, and then
They may not even have
gotta
to.
eat.
Yeah. That's awesome. Just thank you for letting me, you know, touch on that a little bit more, because, you know, everyone has their own personal experience with cancer through their family, their own personal experience. And that's just, you know, I'm just excited to have been able to touch on that.
So as we start to wrap this up, is there one thing that you would like people of Grant County to take away from this conversation?
I would like to kind of dispel the image of homemakers. I think most people think homemakers, when you say homemakers to them, they think of a bunch of old women. You know,
That's what I was going to say. I mentioned earlier,
do.
you know.
They do not, it's not just older people. Yes, there is a lot of older people in it, but it's for everybody. It is for everybody. We want to get this new generation, you know, in here. Learn some canning, learn how to grow a garden. You know, this next generation really needs some help along that way. And
Some of the lost arts, right?
Yes, yes. And I'm telling you, it's a good thing. It's a good thing that they know, you know.
There's a lot of people that don't realize we have this building at 105 Baton Rouge Road and what it is.
Yeah.
Right.
It's an amazing.
It's what?
Yeah.
What do you do up there? You
The
know,
facility,
Yeah.
you walk in and it's very inviting. It's very brand new and fresh. It's Hey, I mean, if you want to talk about recruit, we're not in the basement of some, dusty old, building. This is pretty high state of the art.
Yeah, I've been waiting this for several years. And of course, I'm involved in all the cooking that goes on. So I love the commercial kitchen.
Yeah.
So we had talked briefly before about fundraising events and activities. And you had mentioned where some of the money goes to, but I believe you guys have a scholarship. Are you able to speak a little bit more on the scholarship opportunities?
Yes, we offer a scholarship to a graduate of Grant County, Williamstown, NKU, even homeschoolers. Anyone can apply for the scholarship as long as they have a mother, grandmother, aunt, someone in a member of Homemakers. Then they can be eligible for the scholarships. And then we also pay towards one child to get to go to 4-H camp.
Cool. Just knowing the area that we live in, the scholarship itself is an amazing thing. And then also somebody on the younger end being able to go to 4-H camp where they can learn so much and be able to interact and meet with so many other people. That's amazing.
I just want to say how this kind of works. Once a year, we will take applications to the schools. We will take applications to the schools, and then they will pass them out to the children in the school. And then all the ones that want to apply, and then we have a committee that will go over the scholarships to make sure that they qualify, and then we will pick a winner, from all the ones that have applied. So, we've gave out 2 in the past too, haven't we? Yeah, we've done 2, like one for each school. It just depends on who applies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I was shocked when I knew we were doing this. Not a lot of seniors apply. I don't know if it's because they don't know about it,
Right.
but we give the information to the counselors at the school to present to them. So I would really like to see more kids apply for the scholarships.
Right. Every little bit helps with college education right now with the costs. I mean, especially if all you have to do is,
Fill out a paper.
fill out
Yeah.
a paperwork and get involved with the homemakers. I mean,
$750, that would help.
hey,
Yeah.
that's nothing to sneeze at.
No, it is not. And then briefly we had talked about, I don't know if I'll get this phrased right, because we're at the extension office today recording this podcast. So what is the connection between the extension office, Homemakers, and 4-H?
Well, the 4-H ask for volunteers to help with the 4-H. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
The 4-H ask the Homemakers to volunteer and help with different areas of 4-H. One area that I have helped in is the basic sewing. And so we usually have either a laundry bag or a skirt, something that's simple. These kids have never touched a sewing machine before. And they get it made, it enters the fair, and they see they've won, and it's good, Yeah. But we have different areas that Homemakers help in the 4-H.
Okay.
And it all comes out of this building.
Right.
This building is just not just for homemakers.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different things that happen here.
And the extension office is based out of University of Kentucky, correct?
Yes.
So all across the state, they have these extension offices where they provide all the services, right?
Yes.
So that's the kind of thing that they can. So when we talk about extension, right, that's what it's an extension of, and that's why learning and the education and all of those things are so important to the their mission is
And as far as I know, every county in Kentucky, which there's I think 180, 190 or something,
120.
120. Well, I was close. But anyway, all of them have their own extension offices.
right.
And you don't have to live in Grant County to be a Grant County homemaker either.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you can. We have members that live in Boone County and come here, Kenton County.
Out of state.
Yeah,
believe it or not. We have mailbox members out of state.
Wow, that's cool.
yeah. So you do not have to live in Grant County.
And then if you're a homemaker, like you were saying, in one aspect, you can participate in other activities from other clubs,
Yes.
right, in different parts of the state. So even if your area isn't focusing on one thing, maybe a different group.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Yeah, I will say Homemakers is a lot bigger than what people think it is.
Right.
You have the club levels, then you have a county level, then you have an area, which is just one area of the state of Kentucky. Then you have state, which is the whole state, and then it even goes national, and it goes worldwide.
There was different. I also looked at the different
Yeah.
organizations affiliate. It was like Country Women's and different organizations, and then the national one. So this is such a huge organization. It's not just a quilting club,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, and it's opened my eyes quite a bit.
Yeah. We also do what's called Coins for Change, and every year that changes. It seems like every year, but we collect just change, and we send it. And I mean, there was one program we helped get water in a foreign country. It was a program that done that. One year they was doing making bricks for homes for people,
Out of plastic.
Yeah, out of recycled plastic. That was kind of neat. And so when we collect the money, we just donate it once a year, and then it all goes
A
to
different project.
to
yeah.
different projects.
We had talked about the 4-H and like the scholarship. I think it all ties in. Anybody that is looking for service opportunities, it seems like the possibilities are endless here.
Yeah.
And so, hey, young people, right? Your
Yeah.
high schoolers, your college kids that are looking for maybe service hours for honor society or things like that.
Yeah.
We should definitely hook them up, huh?
Yeah. Yep. So, yeah, it's great. We just really need to get some younger people involved.
Right.
That really needs to be our goal.
Change
this year.
that stigma, right?
Yeah.
That's what we were saying. Like the whole idea of what a homemaker is. It's anybody that wants to improve.
So I guess that brings us to the end of the episode. So
This conversation has been fantastically.
yes, it has. So I just want to say, coming in here, I was like, I know the pocket of things that you guys do in the community. I had absolutely no idea it was this involved. So thank you very much for opening my eyes, because I'm just a mailbox member. I get the things and I'll share them with Katie and things like that. Like,
And
hey,
I go, ooh, I should do that.
this is right up your alley. Here, you need to contact them.
Follow through. That's what
Yeah.
we need to.
Yeah,
the
that's
new
what I was gonna
generation
say.
needs to learn to follow through.
Yep.
And I'm working on that.
So
And now we need to get your podcast out there so that people can hear this and know this.
yeah,
Just another form on the. No, you. Hey, you can learn Canva and distribute.
hey, maybe that's a skill I can teach for homemakers.
There you go.
I could teach photography, or I could teach podcasting or recording or anything like that.
Yeah. Anytime you want to set up a class to teach anything, just get hold of me or Diana. We'll get it set up for you.
All right, community
definitely do
listeners.
that.
If you know something good that you want to talk, you want to teach, or you want to talk about, these ladies, they're down here waiting for you.
So with that, I want to say a huge thank you to Dianna and Connie. And this is Michelle and Katie. And this is We Are Grant County. Thank you.
Thank you for listening, guys.
Thank you for
talking.
having us.
Awesome. Thank
bye-bye.
you.
ToadTalkMedia.com